Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sid, and in today's video I am going to be talking about Farrah Abraham's pets. If you don't know who she is a reality TV personality who first appeared on the MTV show 16 and Pregnant. Then the spin-off show Teen Mum came out, which featured her and 3 other teen mums navigating life as teen mums. And for Farrah, that also involved getting lots of pets. Farrah has a very tumultuous relationship with her mother, and a lot of people believe she is the way she is because of how her mum raised her, and I think she may treat animals the way she does also because of her mother. And honestly, I am only basing that off of one thing. Farrah's daughter Sophia loses a tooth and receives $1,000 from the tooth fairy, and then Sophia questions why one of their dogs don't receive any money from the tooth fairy because that dog always loses teeth, which is also concerning. But Farrah's mother says that the dog doesn't receive any money because dogs don't have souls.
Sassy is cute, kept on getting out, but the tooth fairy didn't come.
Remember, doggies don't have souls.
I would go as far as saying that the way some people treat dogs would indicate that they don't have a soul. People are the ones who dump their pets on the side of the road because they don't behave how they want them to behave, or just because they get sick and don't want to pay the vet bills. People are the ones who trap dogs in puppy mills and treat them like breeding machines. And some people think it's okay to teach their child and grandchild that dogs don't have a soul. It would not surprise me if those kinds of teachings are what has resulted in Farrah treating her animals as if they don't have a soul. On Teen Mum, we watched multiple pets come in and out of her life. The first pet she got was a dog named Candy, and viewers were immediately concerned for her. Farrah would hold Candy over the toilet or a bin and command her to go potty.
Go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Do you need to go potty? I took you to the potty, and you didn't go potty there. So bad. Bad. Okay, Kenny, it's not like you're going in the trash can. Calm down.
And the way Farrah picked up Candy was also of great concern.
Come on, Candy, let me change out of your diaper. Mommy does not like the dog anymore. It is a sanitation issue.
That's good. So tell me about this trip to Florida. That's good. So tell me about this trip to Florida.
I know mother dogs pick up their pups by the scruff of their necks, but considering that Farrah thinks that putting a puppy in a diaper is the right thing to do, I do not think she is holding this puppy, Candy, correctly. And then because Candy doesn't miraculously become potty trained, she gives her to a neighbor, which is definitely for the best.
I've been really just not patient with the dogs pooping everywhere lately. And so I'm like, Jean, you know, our neighbor, I asked her if she would just, you know, keep Candy.
Oh God,
And she was fine with it.
Yeah, she made her day.
Sophia, I don't think is gonna miss the dog. I'm not gonna miss Candy.
She elaborated a bit more for why she gave up Candy in an interview with Mum Finds. She said she gave Candy away because she didn't love it and Sophia wasn't bonding with it. After she rehomes Candy, she also rehomes herself. Her and Sophia move to Florida, and it's there that she decides that Sophia needs a pet. They go to the pet store with the purpose of getting a fish, but of course, she gets distracted by the puppies. She plays with a French bulldog for a moment, and then they go to have a look at the fish.
If you don't find a fish you like today, we'll get him.
Do you want a fish or a puppy? You don't really like it. I think that's a big mistake.
Baby.
I know it's not what Sophia wanted, but I'm sure she'll learn to love our new puppy.
But Sophia did not love the new puppy they named Stitch, and neither did Farrah. She had the same issues she had with Candy. She just wasn't able to potty train him.
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
And when Farrah's mother Deborah is looking after Sophia, she falls asleep and Sophia puts human nail polish on his bare stomach and penis.
And look at Stitch's tummy. Look poor little thing. Oh, that's very bad.
So not long after that, Stitch just disappears and it's never explained where he went. The next time we get any sort of dog update from Farrah is during the season 4 Teen Mum reunion show. She says that they have a Chihuahua now.
And Sophia, you have a doggy, is that right? What's his name? What is it? Aikido?
Taquito.
Taquito?
Our little Chihuahua.
But this dog also just disappears, but also never really appears to begin with. This dog never appears on Teen Mum, and Farrah also never posts it to social media. But the next dog she gets in January 2014, we do get to see. It is a Pomeranian named Blue, and this is actually the first one of her dogs that sticks around for a while. I'll come back to Blue a little later on. The next time Farrah decides to get another dog is in October 2014. She announced on social media that she got another dog named Sassy, and she also sticks around for a lot longer than some of Farrah's other dogs. The next appearance Sassy makes is in 2015 on Farrah's Twitter account. Then in early 2016 she makes a brief appearance on Teen Mum, and that is when Sophia says that Sassy's teeth keep falling out.
Sassy's teeth kept on getting out, but the tooth fairy didn't come.
Then in mid-2017, she makes a couple of appearances on Farrah's social media and on Sophia's YouTube channel. And then at the end of 2017, Farrah decides she wants to move to San Diego. So she sells her house that she was living in at the time in Texas and moves into her dad's house with all of her pets. Then the last time we see Sassy is in an episode of Teen Mum that aired in December 2017, where she was at Farrah's dad's house. Also at the dad's house was the dog that Farrah got after Sassy, which was another Pomeranian named Boo. Boo also stuck around, and I'll come back to him again a bit later. The next dog she got after Boo was in June 2015, and it was another Pomeranian, but this time it was a female, and she was named Posh. So that brought Farrah's dog collection to 4 during this period of time. She had Blue, Sassy, Boo, and Posh, and she would often leave them all caged without water for extended periods of time while she ran errands.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, baby, thank you. Who's barking in here? Come on, let's go outside. Come on.
And that sort of lack of concern was likely what led to Boo getting Posh pregnant. In January 2016, she announced that Posh was pregnant and that she had 20 days until she was giving birth.
Pregnant, everyone.
That little, you can see the baby's heart beating.
Sophia, what do you think? So excited for Posh.
And Farrah got a lot of backlash for letting her dogs breed. There were a bunch of comments telling her to spay her pets, and there were comments saying that by her dog having puppies, it takes away the possibility of a dog in a shelter getting adopted. And when it came time for Posh to give birth to her puppies, Farrah spoke to OK Magazine about it. She said,
"Since Posh had her babies, she had a C-section, so I also got her spayed when she got the C-section. Yeah, and, that really wasn't our intention to have her have puppies when she was so young. Like, that was so scary."
And Posh was pregnant with 3 puppies, but one of them did end up dying. The 2 surviving puppies were a male and a female named Prince and Princess, and they kept those 2 puppies for a little while and then sold them. But it does seem like she sold or gave Prince to a family member or possibly her dad, because Prince was seen in an episode of Teen Mum locked in a cage at her dad's house, and she posted a picture of Prince to her pet Instagram page with the caption, "Family road trip visit." So he seems to be doing well, but I can't say the same for his mother, because Posh has not been seen since 2017. She last appeared in an episode of Teen Mum that aired in December 2017, and that was at Farrah's dad's house, and she hasn't spoken to her dad or either of her parents in 2 years.
So I actually haven't talked to my parents in 2 years.
so I doubt that her father would still be looking after any of her remaining pets. And Farrah did say at the start of 2020 that she rehomed a couple of animals, so potentially she's referring to Posh and Sassy.
And we've rehomed a couple of animals. Like, we've had a full life cycle.
Another pet that was never seen again was a pet hamster that Sophia had in an episode of Teen Mum. But on the opposite side of things, a pet that we saw many times was their pet horse named Starburst. So on Teen Mum, her and Sophia go to look at horses, and a horse named Starburst is particularly drawn to Sophia.
Looks like Starburst kind of likes your boots.
Yeah,
She's
are you
giving you a
cleaning
shoe
those for
shine.
Mommy? Oh, you should bite them too.
Sometimes little girls pick the horse, and sometimes the horse picks the little girl.
Then Farrah purchases Starburst as a Christmas gift for Sophia in 2016, and after that many people expected Starburst to be boarded at a ranch or something, but Farrah just kept her in their suburban backyard. She told MTV News that Starburst is easier to look after than their puppies. She said she's potty trained, she's loving, she's cute. And on the show they dressed her up for Sophia's birthday party, so they were really making use of this horse. But while Farrah may have been loving her new horse, her neighbors were not. They had an issue with her keeping a horse in her backyard.
My neighbors have been like terrors. What? And like they're trying to tell me that I can't have Starburst in my own private yard.
But all of their issues with Farrah ended when Farrah moved into her dad's house and took Starburst with her. At her dad's house, Starburst lived in a pen much smaller than what her backyard originally was, and was also kept alone. Horses require a lot of maintenance and ongoing costs to keep them happy and healthy, but it seems like Starburst's maintenance was not kept up with, and there was some kind of neglect that took place in her dad's backyard because Starburst lost vision in one of her eyes. And after there were some concerns around Starburst, Farrah's rep made a statement to Heavy.com. She said, "Starburst is beyond well taken care of and is no longer staying at her dad's home after Farrah found Starburst with her eye black and damaged and other markings. Farrah had Starburst under intensive care, 24-hour-a-day watch by vets as Farrah went above and beyond to save Starburst's eye from inoculation, with bills over $4,000 a month for 4 months. And through the use of eye drops and protective coverings to keep flies off of her eyes, Starburst was able to regain her vision." And then right off of the back of healing, Farrah announced on Instagram that Starburst could be hired to be painted on. That was a service offered for birthday parties at the place she was being boarded at for an additional $125. And as you can imagine, that was rather controversial. People believed Starburst should have been resting and recuperating, not being put to work. From what I could find online, horses have been used as a way to help people of advanced age and people with various mental illnesses, and apparently the horses love it too. So it may not have been as harmful to Starburst as people may have first assumed. I do think it is a totally fair assumption to make though, considering Farrah's past treatment of animals. But people soon didn't have to worry about Starburst getting painted on, because Farrah got into an argument with the people who own the boarding place. So just a few months later, in September 2022, Farrah left a 1-star review on their Yelp page. She said they didn't take care of her horse when she needs it the most, and she hopes the owners get mental help so more people don't have to deal with their ungrateful blame, guilt, lack of accountability, error behaviors, legally and psychologically speaking.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Then the owner responded, explaining things a bit more. She said that when she opened her barn to this gal, she didn't know she was a reality star. And she said she was checking Starburst's hooves weekly, and then on the 8th week, she needed them trimmed. The owner emailed Farrah telling her this, but Farrah never replied. And since hoof trimming is a very important thing for a horse, she did the service without receiving a response from Farrah. A quick Google search tells you that horses need their hoofs trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. If they don't, then the long toenails can put pressure on their tendons and ligaments, which can cause lameness. So it is very important that Starburst has that done. But then Farrah refused to pay the $60 for that service, and even said that the hoof trimming only needs to be done twice a year. And then Farrah attached 2 images to her review. One was an email from the owner, and then the other was her response to the owner. The email from the owner said that in 25 years, they have never had someone refuse to pay for the care of a horse. She also says that Farrah asked them to keep a fly mask on Starburst's face, and that is not a service that they offer, but they agreed to do it for her as a favor. She ends off by saying they won't tolerate having a horse there that doesn't have regular hoof care. In Farrah's response email, she just points out how many supposed errors the stable has made, and she tried to make it seem as though she knows what she's talking about in the eyes of the law, even saying she's a lawyer. But anyways, after that whole saga, Starburst was moved to a different boarding facility. Farrah's uploaded a handful of videos of Starburst at the new place, but hasn't really posted anything in the last year. But she did confirm in a podcast that came out in May of this year, 2024, that they still do have Starburst.
Anyways, we still have Mrs. Starburst, but it's Sophia's. But I feel like I take care of Starburst more than anyone. Starburst is a miniature horse that we also have on Sophia's YouTube series.
How old is she? Like 10?
The big 10. 10.
And another pet that was just as controversial as Starburst was their dog, Blue. The last time we saw him was in 2018 when Farrah uploaded a video to social media of her and Sophia crying over his dead body.
We are so happy that we could be with Blue during his last little moments and work this out and figure this out. And this is like our first puppy that we've ever lost.
At the time, she didn't say why Blue died, but it could have been a host of things. She may have left him in a crate without water for too long, or maybe the fact he came from a puppy mill played a role. Many puppies or any pet that comes from any sort of a mill usually aren't in the best health. And Farrah was having a conversation on her podcast where she casually revealed that she got a terrier at one point and then had to return it because it was having seizures, which was possibly an issue caused by being bred in a puppy mill.
I told her everything. I told her, like, I took back a terrier because of its, seizures. Like, I've been through so much.
So perhaps an issue that was caused from being bred in a puppy mill was coming to the surface. But it was soon revealed why Blue actually died. Sophia made some comments on her Musical.ly account about what happened. She said that she was trying to get Blue outside and her only choice was to toss him, and when she did that, he went into shock and passed 30 seconds later, and heaps of people were accusing Sophia of murdering Blue. So Farrah stepped in and exclusively told Radar online that Blue likely died from stress. Apparently there was construction going on at their building, and he was getting anxiety and didn't want to go on the balcony to go to the toilet, and that Blue went limp once Sophia picked him up. And then right after Blue's death, Farrah's ex-friend, Sophia Price, spoke out about how Farrah treats her dogs.
And let me tell you, this is really bad to say, but she killed that dog. At Coachella, she put that dog in a stroller for 4 days. Didn't, Sophia, it's your responsibility. And had my mom that has brain cancer watching Sophia like she's any good. And She did not feed these dogs. She did not water these dogs. And I guarantee you that dog had a heart attack from dehydration because she did not take care of those dogs, and she sprays water in their face when they bark. So a person like that is just filthy.
And we do actually see Farrah squirting her dogs with water when they're locked in cages at her dad's house.
Water.
Put the cover on.
Water. Stop. You guys don't need to act like that. Hey.
She also later says that Blue died from a collapsed trachea. She said on her podcast that her pet sitter's boyfriend was smoking around Blue, which caused his trachea to collapse.
Actually,
She picked it up off
oh, so you know what happened? My old dog babysitter, my first Pomeranian, and he has it too because he was there. The guy who she was dating, the babysitter who we use on like a dog app, okay, to watch our animals, the boyfriend of hers smoked weed while she was gone at work. She started sending me hacking videos. They've never had this in their lives. I said to her, the vet said you had it around smoking, weed. They are allergic to it, highly allergic to it. Well, my dog ended up dying. My other dog ended up dying, so you know, and it was ridiculous. And I mean, we spent $5,000 at the vets. This vet person, they took off the website, and you know what? People were like thinking my daughter killed her own dog, and it was this babysitter with the sitter.
And when Blue died, that left Boo all alone. So a month after Blue's death, in August 2018, they got another dog named Cupcake. And Farrah calls Cupcake a stress relief animal.
And my puppy. The puppy's like, this is my first cat.
So if you got a new stress relief animal, we are so pumped. And you know what? We even lost our luggage, and we didn't stress out about it. And I came home with a new stress relief puppy. Oh, and shout out to Palm Desert Pups for the adoption.
Palm Desert. Oh, and
again,
also,
just great quality. I love this little cupcake.
And then she found herself in some controversy because she posted a video to Instagram of Boo and Cupcake's fur dyed. Many people felt as though it wasn't right to put the dogs in the uncomfortable position of having their fur dyed just because she wanted them to look cuter. A petition was started to deplatform Farrah, which has almost 60,000 signatures, and Farrah had this to say about it.
Good.
Says hi.
I gotta ask, did you expect all this backlash you're getting?
I don't like the hate speech, and I really think it's sad that people who have dogs, and we spend like $300 at a time to like take care, like color, groom him. My puppies are very well taken care of.
Can you address the people who say it's toxic for the dog or it's dog abuse for you,
You know
to dye your
they
animals?
actually went to the vet today because of the coronavirus stuff and like the dogs and everything, and we had to go learn about that stuff. The dogs are healthy, happy, and the vet is just like, was it dog safe? Which at Healthy Spot, if people know, you could go to Healthy Spot and they color their dogs all the time. So it's nothing new, just make sure it's safe.
Also, in the same video she posted to Instagram, people noticed that Cupcake's mouth was tied shut. Farrah didn't confirm or deny anything, but she edited the caption to that post to say, P.S. For those who don't know what dog training muzzles are, go to your nearest pet store and learn more and why they can be helpful in training. And people did not think it looked like a muzzle at all and thought it looked much more like a piece of red ribbon tied around Cupcake's mouth. So people started tagging Peter in the comments, and then Peter made a statement to The Sun saying, subjecting dogs to the stress of being dyed, which is also potentially toxic, and restricting their opportunities to eat, drink, and even breathe by tying a ribbon around their mouth are cruel acts that can have fatal consequences, and they show a profound lack of empathy. Peter urges Farrah Abraham to start treating dogs like more than fashion accessories or surrender them to someone who will love them unconditionally. And then in March 2020, Farrah wants to expand their dog family once again, and this time they are going to do something that they haven't done before, and purchase a dog online. Farrah and Sophia announced on YouTube that they are going to be purchasing a Pomeranian from Puppy Spot.
Well, hold on. First, it's a first for Sophia. What is the first? Sophia ordered her first puppy online. That's never happened before. And for all of the pet shamers out there, this is not about shaming, it's about firsts. And what happened today?
Okay, so we gave them a call and we got that puppy and it is coming in April.
They paid for the dog and signed a contract and even received a welcome package in the mail that had treats and toys and stuff. But as you can imagine, people did not want Farrah to get her hands on another dog. So people contacted the company, informing them of Blue's death and the ribbon that was tied around Cupcake's mouth. And Puppy Spot actually listened and cancelled Farrah's order, and Farrah was not happy about that at all. She was very quick to leave a 1-star review for Puppy Spot. It was actually immediately flagged, so you can't find it online, but Farrah did post it to her Instagram story, and she also made a number of other posts about Puppy Spot. And then she uploaded an audio recording that she called a podcast of the conversation she had between her and the Puppy Spot customer service representative.
We are a family that deeply cares about our pets. Everything about the breed, about how they look. I mean, we get so discriminated against for anything and all things that we go above and beyond for our pets. For safety, for health, for wet, all things. They actually have public Instagrams. That's how much we care about our pets. So if anything that you take in press, media, hateful, lies, that's not the law. That's not real statements. So that is why it's illegal. Now it's just a legal situation. I want to speak to a lawyer and I want to speak to your owner. And I don't need to speak to anybody else who's a sales agent because you're not doing anything for anyone. Who are you?
I'm not a salesperson.
Who are you?
I'm in client services.
Okay, so client services, Roxanne, you're a client service representation. You're not an owner, you're not a lawyer, and the statements and the facts that you just presented off of lies, that's illegal. It's not real. So therefore, your answer of declining and discriminating against a woman right now is not okay.
I'm not going to argue back and forth.
She also calls them out for being a puppy mill, as if she hasn't been supporting puppy mills her entire life.
Please remain on the line and listen.
This is so funny when a guy who sells puppy mill puppies calls animal cruelty on me. But I would like to report puppyspot.com for puppy milling puppies, taking somebody's money.
And then Puppy Spot sent her a cease and desist, and animal cruelty detectives show up on her doorstep after this, and she believes it is Puppy Spot who called them on her, but honestly it could have also just been another concerned member of the public. She wasn't home at the time they came to her apartment, but they did leave a card on her door telling her to call them, so she then proceeds to call them on her podcast, where she absolutely berates the detective.
So we've received a couple complaints about the posts that you put on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media platform.
Okay.
Regarding the red ribbon around the dog's muzzle.
Okay, so if you took the time as an animal person to look at what was on the dog, did you see a red ribbon? Did you see a red ribbon or did you see a red muzzle?
I saw the picture that was sent to us was a red ribbon.
Oh, okay. Well, it's actually a red muzzle. I don't own a red ribbon. They're sold at all dog stores, national and worldwide. So in case you needed to Google that, please do. There's no red ribbon around my dogs at ever and at any point. So I'm sorry that you allow your brain to be polluted by lies, by wrong pictures, and you can't see that it's a dog muzzle. So that's totally on your part. It's actually about any person who is on the internet. It's about any person. And believe me, I'm not the only person on the internet. There's probably about 30 billion or more people on the internet. So it's actually not allowing hate crimes, slander crimes, malicious and wrong and awful crimes to continue. I feel that you and your mindset are just as cruel and unusual as those people who have hatred towards people on the internet. So what do you need today?
Simply wanted to follow up with you just to discuss what was going on, just to make sure that everything was okay, because we are getting complaints on it and we're obligated to follow up on that. Whether or not you want to sit here and call me how stupid I am or whatever it is.
Did I say you are stupid? I'm sorry that you feel that you might be, but I did not say that. But since you think negatively of yourself, you think you see a red ribbon around a dog when it's a red muzzle that's sold at the store, I can't help you. And I can't help your lies that you create in your head, like those haters online.
So yeah, acting like that does not do her any favors, and she does not get her hands on the dog. She did get her hands on another dog 3 months later in June 2020. She got a dog named Billionaire. Sophia says that he's gay and likes to eat her mother's lingerie.
My dog Billionaire, he is gay, and I am proud of him for being gay. One of his top habits is eating my mom's lingerie.
And Farrah has put videos online of Billionaire rummaging through her used underwear. But then in September 2021, they added a cat to the mix. The cat they got was named Posh, and according to this Instagram caption, he was adopted, so that is a plus. Both Sophia and Farrah post him to social media throughout the rest of 2021 and 2022, but then he just disappears with no explanation for where he went. And then in May 2023, they get a new cat named Neptune, which they do still have to this day. I honestly don't think we're necessarily entitled to know what happens to any of her animals, even though they were shared online to begin with. But I did reach out to Farrah to ask what happened to Posh, not expecting a response at all. But she did actually reply. She said that Posh was rehomed and is spoiled. I didn't want to test my luck any further and ask why she rehomed him, but maybe it was for a legitimate reason. But what's more likely is that she just grew bored of him, or didn't like him anymore, or he pooped and peed everywhere and wanted to make room for a new pet. Who knows? But what we do know is that she has a history of treating animals as if they're disposable. But these are living creatures that do have a soul and are a long-term commitment. And I really wonder how Sophia feels about this revolving door of pets. I know a lot of people believe she was responsible for Blue's death, but I really hope she wasn't, and I really hope she does not follow in Farrah's pet footsteps. I've noticed that she has rejected various things her mother and grandmother have said and done.
Instead of knowing me, instead of making me raise my voice, instead of making me argue.
Nobody's doing that.
You are having a bad attitude.
I don't have a bad attitude. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So, well, I'll let the listing agent know.
Okay,
Thanks a lot, Grandma. You hurt her feelings.
No, I never.
Well, it looked like it.
Real estate people work for you and you tell them what you want.
Well, it looked like you hurt her feelings.
So hopefully that is a good sign she doesn't plan on following in their footsteps. Sophia actually currently has 2 pet pythons, so I guess we'll wait and see how that pans out. But anyways, after Farrah got their first cat, their Pomeranian Blue died in 2022. Farrah didn't announce Boo's death in the same way that she did Blue's death, so we don't actually know how he died. I only knew that Boo died to begin with because she left a 1-star review on a taxidermy business, and the reason why she left that review is because she didn't like how Boo was taxidermied. She didn't like the positioning of his tail, and it looked like he was scared or got hit. And because of that, her dog will sit in a box because she would never want to show her celebrity toy dog looking uneven, unhappy, and screwed up. Also, I know toy dogs is just a term to describe really small dogs, but I feel like that verbiage needs to change. Considering the way Farrah treats her pets, I genuinely think she thinks that they're toys. But dogs are not toys, and you know what else isn't a toy? peacocks. In September 2022, Farrah got 2 peacocks and kept them in a small wire cage in her apartment.
Yes, you guys do. Say hi. Say hi, brother and sister. Hello. Oh my god, they're so cute. The puppies, like, love them. They're doing so good.
And then after posting the birds to social media, people reported her to her apartment management, and then she was told that she had to keep the birds elsewhere. So then she boarded them at the same place that Starburst is getting boarded. The most recent update for these peacocks is that one of them died earlier this year. So yeah, it seems like for the time being, Farrah has slowed down on getting pets. Anyways, that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let's take a moment of silence for all of Farrah's pets. And I will see you in my next video.